Hello and welcome to the 2-minute series. The topic for today is productivity. Now, in the context of ecosystem, if you remember, when we had discussed ecosystem, I had told you that for an ecosystem, it is basically important, it is identified as any system which is having three functional aspects. One being productivity, the second being nutrient cycling, and third being development and stabilization. So one of those functional aspects is what we will be discussing today, and that is productivity. Now the word productivity simply means it is as the rate of biomass production. By biomass we mean that the mass of living beings, if that is what is being produced, then that is what is known as productivity. So this is the definition. Now it is of two types, primary productivity and secondary productivity. Now by the word primary productivity we mean that it is the rate of biomass that is produced by the producers in an ecosystem. The producers will include largely the plants, the photosynthetic plants, all the autotrophs who produce their own food are the primary producers. So the biomass that they are generating is what is the primary productivity. Next is the secondary productivity. This is the biomass that is being produced by the secondary producers. Now how are they going to produce this particular biomass? This is by consuming the primary producers, whereas the primary producers are producing this biomass using sunlight, or for that matter chemicals, or some other way based on which autotrophs are generating their food. But secondary producers are producing it by consuming the primary producers. So if a question is asked that what is bigger, is secondary productivity higher or primary? So obviously it is the primary productivity which is higher, only then can a ecosystem be sustainable. Also what is important is the concept of gross and net productivity. Now for instance, in all the plants in a particular ecosystem who are resulting in primary productivity are producing some amount of biomass. So collectively this biomass that is being produced is what is known as the gross productivity. But if from this particular equation we subtract that amount of energy produced which the plant will consume for its own requirements, for example respiration, reproduction, or some of its own requirements, the plant is also going to consume some of this biomass, then that if removed is what is going to become the net productivity. So this is the difference between gross productivity and net productivity, and this is the difference between primary and secondary productivity is what you should know vis-a-vis productivity. So that's about productivity, and that's about our discussion today, and thank you all for watching the video.